Yo, Flurfs, what's up? It's good to see you. Thank you all for coming. Glad you could make it. Thank you all for coming. We have PJ Cruikshank in the Elements. How are you doing, PJ?
I'm good. I'm the only flaff in the house.
Yeah, I don't know where everybody else is, but yeah, it's good to be here. Apologies for last night, guys. I ran out of petrol. While I was saying I can hear it like bogging down, I was like about to generate, and then whoop, there it went off. So I filled the generator up today. So at least we can probably do a full show today at least. The power's more off than on these days again. Which is, hey, welcome to South Africa. But yeah, you had a good day, PJ?
Yeah, just a lazy one again.
That's
Got to go
good.
to tomorrow, so I'm reserving my energy. Not that I need much energy for him. He kind of just shies away from me, so I don't need much energy for him just to get there.
Hi. Well, I'm gonna be working tomorrow morning again, so
Oh, okay.
it's just the end of the year. We're really busy, so I'm very busy at work. But
Be a
hey,
lot
what
of
can I say?
be a lot of orders that time of year, wouldn't there?
Yeah,
For
the
that
thing
kind
is you have to get everything done before the people go on vacation and businesses close and all that.
That's
So it's
right.
very
That's right.
busy.
Mm.
But yeah, it's good to see you. I'm just going to say hi to everybody in the chat quickly. First, 25 votes. Rachie does not get the difference between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. If you were wondering, yes, there's a difference between the two. And she definitely doesn't get the difference. She brought out another video today, totally validating that point. So anyway, yes, 42%, no, 48%, I don't know, 12%. So yeah, it's good to see everybody. By the way, if you guys have just joined, please hit the like button, share the show. Really does help to get the show out to a wide audience. And then I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters, all my members on the show, and everybody that supports the show. You guys rock. By the way, PJ, guess who contacted me with a message on Patreon yesterday?
On Patreon. Oh, me too.
Kick his ass, Seabass. So
Oh,
yeah,
keep his eyes.
so he is
Oh,
around. He's doing well. He says he's just in the
cool.
background, and he's gonna send me some Bible literature. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, brilliant.
So
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
shout out to Kick-Ass Seabass. Good to see you. We were wondering if you were okay or not. It's been
Yeah,
such a
it's
long
been a
time.
while. About 6 months, 7 months or something, I think.
Yeah, been crazy.
Mm.
But it's good to see he's okay. So
When you
shout out to
said
him.
when you said Patreon, I just automatically thought McToon. Oh no, he's trying to get.
No, I don't think he's ever gonna get that right again.
Good.
That ship has sailed with McToon. The guy is just not worth it.
It's sailed
Yeah,
and sunk.
yeah. JK, good to see you. PJ, good to see you. Moxie, what's up? Groovy, hello. Fair, S223, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Brian Stavely, yo, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. TB, great to have you in, man. Dromos, glad to have you in too. Vicky, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Lev Kung Fu, always good to see you too, mate. Thank you for coming. Flatland, hey. Glad you can make it. Debatable D, good to see you too. INFE, always glad to have you in. Trevi Bear, mate, always glad to have you. Where's Wally? Evening, morning, glad to have you in. So, yeah. Tonight, I think we're going to start off with that video from Rachie that you started.
Okay.
And then I think we'll go through, I'll show some different links and citations and videos and things trying to explain the differences and why she doesn't understand what I'm saying. So yeah, all power to Rachie. If you guys haven't already, do go subscribe to her channel. I'm gonna try and do this in a different way tonight because I think I was a bit harsh on her last night looking back at it. I was kind of attacking her like an anti-flat earther. So I apologize about that. Maybe I'm going around it all wrong with her. So tonight I'm going to take it a bit on a different approach and try and explain it in a more how can I put it, understanding manner. Do you agree with that? To try and explain the ins and outs a bit better for the people to understand the differences between Coriolis effect, Coriolis force, when you have tangential velocity and you don't, when conservation of momentum plays a role and doesn't play a role. You agree with that?
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay, so I forgot to get a video up. Let me see if I can get up quickly. But yeah, it's good to see you all here. I really appreciate you all coming. Thank you for hitting that link. Let's see, I'm just looking for a video. Flatzoid talks Coriolis. Okay, let me just copy that to the next.
They always do, Vicky. They always do. She says, see, the trolls are arriving.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely going to arrive tonight. Be prepared. Tonight they'll definitely arrive because it's the newest globe or so-called ex-flat earther on the block, so they're going to try defend her with all their might.
That's right. That's right.
Rachie's more than welcome to come on my show, and she knows that. The link is above there for her to come in. Okay, so this is Rachie's latest video. I think we'll watch some of it, and then we'll explain what's going on. That's a lie. She says the Coriolis claim Flatzoid, where flat earthers claim there would be 1,000 miles per hour drift at the equator. You just conceded conservation of momentum, tangential velocity, debunking that claim. I did not say that.
Don't claim
Sorry. Where did I concede that, guys? I literally said, these were my words. If you state conservation of momentum, it has nothing to do with the Coriolis effect.
Ooh, not that fast. Okay, Professor.
So she doesn't conserve tangential velocity, guys, she's on the moving reference frame, correct?
Yeah.
Hey, Space Miner, good to see you. So, and Signal Step. So, let me explain this. Like I said, Rachie, there's a difference between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. There's no Coriolis effect now because she's on the rotating reference frame. Okay? So, there is a Coriolis force. The Coriolis force in this case is explained with centrifugal forces because of the tangential velocity and conservation of momentum. So that's Coriolis force, one reference frame. When it comes to Coriolis effect, you require two reference frames because it's an apparent deviation. Okay? The Coriolis effect requires the observed deflection, apparent deflection, apart from the moving reference. So it's, in other words, this person should be jumping in the air, and when she's not attached to the moving reference frame, you will see an apparent deviation. This will mean you are seeing her in the inertial reference frame as you are spinning around underneath her in the non-inertial reference frame. Did that make sense, PJ?
Absolutely.
Okay. We'll get that through.
Snodgrass, we're gonna test the Coriolis effect on the merry-go-round that's in the park in Urbana.
Okay.
So when I walk forward,
That's not the Coriolis effect, mate.
No.
She's trying to walk forward on the moving reference. So that's Coriolis force. This is due to
It's a visual thing. It's a visual thing. It's
exactly. It's an apparent observation. What's happening now? She's got tangential velocity, so she's conserving a linear momentum based on her tangential velocity moving to the center of the spinning moving reference. This is a single reference. That's a fictitious force acting on her.
Yeah.
Okay. So just like I was trying to explain last night. Hey, Science It Out, thank you for coming. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna make a merry-go-round, and we're just gonna put a center of rotation, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's on the middle right, it's just to give a point of reference. Okay, so we've got the merry-go-round. Maybe I'll do it this way. And please don't be angry just because I'm not getting a perfect center. Whatever. There we go. So we've got the merry-go-round. Like I tried to explain last night, in this case, the girl is standing here. She is trying to move to the center. So in other words, she's trying to walk to the center. Now we all know the tangential velocity is different at every point, because the further away you are from the center, the different speed you are traveling. So remember, every point has the same drift quote unquote, the same velocity. No, I'm trying to say, has the same amount of movement to the rotation. So if the whole thing is moving 15 degrees an hour,
it's the same rate, different speed.
Same rate, 15 degrees an hour. So this is still 15 degrees an hour, still 15 degrees an hour, still 15 degrees an hour, and so forth, okay? But because the distance to the radius is further, you're traveling a quicker speed to keep that same position. So this person would be traveling faster compared to this person. This would, let's say, be your equator, this thing. Okay, so let's say that would be now 1,000 miles an hour. mph. Okay. When that person gets to the so-called pole, what's going to happen? The person's just going to be spinning in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
So not traveling 1,000 miles an hour, just literally 0 miles an hour tangentially, but it's keeping 15 degrees an hour rotation. You get it? So there's a difference between the tangential velocity because of the distance. It needs to travel a further distance in the same amount of time as, let's for instance say this one. And that's what I tried to explain last night. But note, this is attached to the reference, the spinning reference. So this is not Coriolis effect. This is Coriolis force. Let me explain this quickly. How does this tie in with Coriolis force? Well, simple. Because of that tangential velocity and the conservation of the momentum, as you put it, remember, it's still attached. The centrifugal forces is trying constantly to force the ball or this person outwards. So as it's rotating, you're getting a new vector. A new vector. You get it? So it's trying to force the person outwards. So as it's forcing, that is a fictitious force. That's the Coriolis force. Because what's happening is it's forcing you outwards in a linear fashion. That fictitious force is just, centrifugal forces. Now, when you stick a bowling ball, for instance, on this rotating form, it's free to move, but it's still rolling on the surface. You will see it tries to push the ball outwards until it finally goes up. But it takes a curved path on that reference as it's rolling around. This is because of the centrifugal forces, which you call the Coriolis force. It's on the same reference. It's touching the turning reference frame. It's moving with the reference frame. Now the difference for Coriolis effect, there's no one on the turning reference frame. You observing, let's say you are standing here now, and there is an aeroplane flying here. And this aeroplane is, let's say, just traveling this way. You are appearing to see this drone or plane or whatever have an apparent deflection as it is moving forward. It's not actually going in a curved path, it's moving straight. But because you are moving underneath that plane, it appears to take a curved path. It's not taking a curved path, it's taking a linear path. There is no conservation of momentum. There is no tangential velocity because it's not attached to the reference frame. So you on the non-inertial reference frame is observing the plane having an apparent deviation on the inertial reference frame. I don't know if this is too much to take in, but that's practically what is going on. So, recap. This girl is not demonstrating Coriolis effect. This girl is demonstrating Coriolis force due to centrifugal forces on a rotating reference. There's a difference between Coriolis force and Coriolis effect. I don't know how much more clearer I can make this to the globies. Coriolis force is not the Coriolis effect. Hey Nathan Oakley, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Yes, we're still going to get to that as well with the claims of 15 degrees an hour. I wanted to do that last night, and then my power went off because the generator ran out of power. But yeah, it's good to see you, Nathan. And if you want to come in and chat, Nathan, the link is above here. It would be great to have you in. Okay, so let's go carry on to see how the people don't understand the difference between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force.
I fall to the right, and then if I take a step back, actually it might be safe to do like this. Oh, I fall what would have been the left.
And before you claim this is not Coriolis because it's not a ball going over the merry-go-round.
Nothing got to do with the ball. Coriolis has got nothing to do with the shape of a ball or anything. It's got to do with rotating reference frames. Now again, I'm simply telling you, this is not Coriolis effect. This is Coriolis force due to centrifugal forces because of a tangential velocity on a rotating reference frame. With your claim of the Earth having Coriolis effect, it means the aeroplanes will have an apparent deviation of 15 degrees an hour. You will see an apparent curve deflection while the plane is taking an actual straight path. You moving underneath on the moving Earth in this case will see an aeroplane, for instance, fly backwards. Why? Because you are moving underneath. This is Coriolis effect. The plane is not actually flying backwards. It just appears so because you are observing this. Do we observe this in reality, PJ?
No, I've never seen it. Never seen a plane in reverse. Never.
Great. So we can say, based on observation, there is no such thing as Earth's Coriolis effect. Very simple.
Let's take a look at another example where there is a ball and we see the exact same thing happen.
3 people throwing simultaneously on a rotating platform. But anyway, we'll slow this way down to 10% of real time so you can see what's going on.
So as you can see, just like the girl, as the ball goes from the outside of the merry-go-round towards the inside of the merry-go-round, it goes to the right, just like she went to her right. And as you can see,
It doesn't go to the right.
Go to the right, it appears.
It goes in a straight line. It appears to go to the right because the merry-go-round is moving underneath the ball. This is what is called the Coriolis effect, Rachie. Previous was just Coriolis force because it was on the reference of the turning reference. Now you are observing a not actual deflection from the rotating reference frame, which means Coriolis effect. It's not taking an actual curved path. It's keeping the same linear path thrown, but because you are moving underneath it, it only appears to take a curved path. Very different thing.
the ball near the centre, as it goes to the outside, goes to the right, just like she went to the right.
It doesn't go to the right or to the left. It only appears to do so because you are moving underneath. It goes in a straight line. Sorry?
You'd have to put some spin in it for it to go left or right.
I'm going to say that, yeah.
It's apparent. It's going straight forward. It just appears to drift to the right.
Exactly.
Or left.
So I'm going to say this again. There is no tangential velocity with Coriolis effect. There is no momentum of conservation of momentum with Coriolis effect. The ball is thrown in a linear fashion, only appearing to take a curved path because you, on the non-inertial rotating reference frame, is observing this apparent deflection. The ball is not moving left or right. The ball is only appearing to do so because you are watching this apparent deflection while you are moving, not the ball. You are moving underneath it in a rotational vector, not the ball. There's no tangential velocity, no conservation of momentum. The ball is going in a straight line.
Yep.
Watch what's happening. See? As they're showing at the top, it's not taking a curved path. It only appears to do so. Note that the camera is turning with this rotating reference frame. What would happen if the camera wasn't rotating with the reference? You would see the ball go straight.
Yeah.
So this is them showing it moving with the rotation, so therefore it will show the so-called deviation with them, because it's actually rotating with the reference. This is the most... I stated tangential velocity to answer your question why you would have different amounts of deviation. Okay? That's not claiming Earth rotating. That's simple Coriolis observation. This is exactly, I was trying to explain Coriolis. Taking me, totally misrepresenting me and saying I'm saying Earth rotates. No, Earth doesn't rotate. And we'll say it over and over. There is no evidence that Earth rotates. If you claim Earth rotates at 15 degrees an hour, which would be 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, aeroplanes, drones, anything not attached to Earth's surface, just like here, axon objects not rigidly attached to the Earth, would have an apparent deviation as it takes an apparent curved path, as you moving underneath on the rotating reference frame. We do not see any deflection, so therefore Earth is not rotating. As soon as you want to claim Velcroed atmos, air is unbonded and moves in all directions, it's not Velcro. It can't stick as lockstep. It violates gas behavior. It violates anything how gas exists. It's like saying, oh, look at this block of ice. This ice is actually a plasma. That's the same as what you're saying. Let's say this block of ice acts like a plasma just because I want it to. Gas does not act like a solid object. It cannot stay in lockstep. Heck, even if you took a ball and stuck it inside water and spun the ball, the water as a whole will not move with the ball. Try and spin something in a container and see if the air is going to follow it. It won't. Hey, hola, Tim. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Price of Adam, glad to have you in. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, please hit the like, share the show. Really, really do appreciate all the support, guys. You guys rock.
I didn't say Earth rotating. I said that you conceded tangential velocity, therefore you conceding conservation of momentum.
Again, misrepresenting. Do I have to explain this again, PJ?
It sounds like you have to, doesn't it, every time?
Yeah. Tangential velocity and conservation of momentum have absolutely F all to do with Coriolis effect. There is a difference between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. Two different things. Not hard to comprehend. Coriolis force has one reference frame. You and the observed phenomena object is sitting on the same rotating reference. Coriolis effect is two reference frames. You do not observe, you observe the apparent deviation of that object as it has not rigidly attached to the Earth. You don't lose tangential velocity, Rachie. It is not taking an angular path. It's a linear path. There is no tangential velocity when it comes to Coriolis effect. Coriolis force has tangential velocity because it's attached to the rotating reference frame. Do you know what tangential is? It means it's rotating. It has to keep a rotational speed. So no rotation in Coriolis effect, so therefore no tangential velocity. It's not hard. Coriolis effect, Coriolis force. Two different things. But we're going to go through that tonight, just to make it clear for you guys. Very simple to understand. So citation, everything. Okay, let's just go through this video quickly from Rachie, so you guys can get the whole picture of what's going on.
If you have tangential velocity, what's going to make you lose that tangential velocity? Unless a force acts on you. So, therefore, if no force is acting on you, then therefore you're keeping that tangential velocity, you're keeping that momentum, aka conservation of momentum.
That's a lie. She says the Coriolis claim Flatzoid, where flat earthers claim there would be 1,000 miles per hour drift at the equator. You just conceded conservation of momentum, tangential velocity, debunking that claim. I did not say that.
Don't claim
Sorry. Where did I concede that, guys? I literally said, these were my words. If you state conservation of momentum, it has nothing to do with the Coriolis effect. I stated tangential velocity to answer your question why you would have different amounts of deviation. So yeah, I take that back and don't say lies like that. I didn't say that. And I stick to that statement.
Back, and why? By claiming tangential velocity, there's no reason to lose tangential velocity, as I've already explained. And I didn't say rotation in that comment. I said about...
As soon as you say tangential velocity, that requires rotation. Tell me you don't understand the argument without telling me. Can anybody tell me how you have tangential velocity in a linear fashion, please? Show me tangential velocity without rotation. Do you have an idea how this can be observed? Because it contradicts what tangential velocity is.
Two different things.
The conservation of momentum due to tangential velocity. So, if you've got tangential velocity, there's no reason to lose that. Therefore, by claiming tangential velocity, you're claiming conservation of momentum.
Not in Coriolis effect. Very simple. Again, there's no tangential velocity, no conservation of momentum with Coriolis effect. It's a category error. What's up, Alan? Good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. And Jolly Man. I did answer it. I just answered now, Rachie. You do not lose tangential velocity, conservation of momentum, because that's not Coriolis effect. We are talking about Coriolis effect. There is no rotational velocity in Coriolis effect.
It's not a lie. It's just you not understanding it.
Okay, so Rachie says, I want you to explain how the different tangential... Oh, sorry, it's... Exactly, Nathan. It requires you to rotate underneath it, Rachie. She doesn't get the only tangential velocity there is, and conservation of momentum, is you on the rotation reference. The object you are observing is taking a linear path. There is no conservation of momentum. There is no tangential velocity. It takes a linear path, straight. The different tangential velocities causes different amounts of drift. There's no different amounts of drift, Rachie. I stated tangential velocity to... Again, Rachie. Effect. The ball or plane has the effect observed. You are making the observation. You are claiming the ball is conserving, or in this case, the aeroplane is conserving momentum. The aeroplane has tangential velocity. It does not. It's not rigidly attached to the spinning reference frame. Please, get this in your head. It's not hard to understand. It's literally something you learn in primary school. To answer your question why you would have different amounts of deviation. Okay, so Rachie says, I want you to explain how the different tangential... Oh, sorry, it's... The different... Note that if you go back to my stream last night, you see this on screen? I said they are glued to the reference frame, aka why they have tangential velocity. Not they are in this air, not attached. So Rachie, either you showing huge misunderstanding, which really looks like that to me, or you're trying to misrepresent me. Tangential velocities causes different amounts of drift. There's no different amounts of drift, Rachie. Nope. I stated tangential velocity to answer your question. This is also one thing I wanted to tell her. 15-degree-hour drift is not the same as apparent deviation. They are two different things. Also a category error. Apparent deviation is not actual. 15-degree-hour drift is actual. You get it? The 15-degree-hour drift is measured because you are moving underneath it. So it has an apparent deviation. That apparent deviation is not 15 degrees an hour. The drift is the 15 degrees an hour, which you guys claim. So that means because of your claim, we would see an aeroplane flying sideways or backwards as it takes an apparent deviation because you are observing it while moving on a rotating Earth. We do not observe this, so therefore no rotating Earth. Why you would have different amounts of deviation? Imagine these balls on a merry-go-round. We super glued them to the merry-go-round. There we go, super glued. Can anybody tell me what super glued means?
It means they're stuck.
So they're on the same reference.
Yeah.
So according to this, will they have tangential velocity?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Not hard.
No.
The merry-go-round is moving, okay? 15 degrees an hour. Science says, and where you were wrong, there's nothing like that expect. I was waiting, you know, we don't have to watch this finish because it just does the same, where she shows the same girl claiming Coriolis effect while she's showing not Coriolis effect. So let's go and I got some Coriolis things up. Ooh. Okay, let's start with Neil deGrasse Tyson first of all.
People often think of...
I like this one. Pay attention. I think you're going to like this one too, PJ.
Yeah.
I think it's at 1
People
minute.
often...
1 minute.
Oh, the field goal.
Yeah, the field goal.
Nice.
It starts around here. Okay.
Planetary rotation. Does that
yeah, fine.
not engage with a field kick?
So if you have a north-south stadium, and many are, if it's oriented that way, and the kicker kicks the ball, depending on how high and how long it's in the air, the rotation of the Earth can have a significant effect on its trajectory.
Wait, what? Let's listen to that again.
Significant effect on its trajectory towards the goalpost. If you're trying to make a 50-yard field goal, that's far away enough, and the ball is airborne long enough for the rotation of the Earth to deflect it to the right.
Ooh, Rachie shown wrong again. I can do this all night, people. Rachie, it's time to concede. Your argument is futile. You're literally making your name plank here. Is this what you want to do from now on because you claim to be a glober again? You want to claim truth. That's why you're going back to the globe. Yet, you're doing exactly what the anti-flat earthers do and just ignore what's going on. Neil deGrasse Tyson literally says it here. Let's try this again. Let's listen to what they say again. Pay attention.
The ball, depending on how high and how long it's in the air, the rotation of the Earth can have a significant effect on its trajectory towards the goalpost. If you're trying to make a 50-yard field goal, that's far away enough, and the ball is airborne long enough for the rotation of the Earth to deflect it to the right by 1/3 of an inch. Cincinnati Bengals against, I forgot who, was it Seattle Seahawks? In overtime, sudden death kick, and the kick went up, and everybody's heart stops, and
everyone stopped. No one breathing, exactly.
no one breathes, and there it tumbles, and it hit the left upright and went in for the win, but kind of barely went in. And then I tweeted, I said this game was won, assisted by the rotation of the Earth.
Okay, so I want to know this. If it wasn't Earth rotation, if Earth wasn't rotating separate to that ball, how does it deflect it? Can nobody explain that to me? Oh wait, I know. You require the Earth to rotate freely with a ball not rigidly attached to the Earth's surface to give this deflection. Why? Not because the ball is moving in a circle, in a curved path to take that winning goal field. It's because the Earth was moving underneath it. So that goalpost was moving to the left or the right, so the ball can go through it. The ball was going in a straight line. The Earth was rotating underneath it. not an actual deflection. It's an apparent deflection. Only using this to show Neil deGrasse Tyson says you anti-flat earthers are wrong. Great. Okay, so let's get a next video, a next link. This is so simple. I don't understand what's so hard to understand. You know, before we go to the next video, let's look at the differences between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. Hey, Spuddy, what's up, man? Okay. I hope you can read this. Coriolis force and the Coriolis effect. So, the Coriolis force is one example of a fictitious force that arises in what? Rotating reference frames. Is the inertial reference frame a rotating reference frame? No. So it can't have a force. So no tangential velocity, no conservation of momentum. Okay, and acts on objects moving within those frames. Oh boy! So you require it to be moving with the moving reference frame to have the centrifugal force. Okay, the fictitious force, not actual force. Okay? The Coriolis forces causes the deflection or curving of objects as they travel across the rotating reference frame. What? The Coriolis force causes the deflection or curving, that's okay, of objects as they travel across the rotating frame, and this effect is known as the Coriolis. No, that is wrong. It's not known as the Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect is in the non-inertial reference frame, so that is wrong. The Coriolis force itself caused by the Coriolis acceleration equation for the will be derived in the next lecture. One particularly important application is phenomena rotation of Earth. As the Earth rotates, the Coriolis force causes the air molecules to follow a curved pathway, and this in turn affects the outcome of the weather. This is why they claim hurricanes. I would agree with that, except this part where it says known as the Coriolis effect. That's false. That's known as the Coriolis force. The Coriolis effect is an apparent deviation.
Yeah. Planes take off backwards.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, so let's go to the next citation. Okay, Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. Okay, the Coriolis force is a fictitious or apparent force. This would be the centrifugal forces that acts on object that is moving relative to the rotating reference frame. So, okay, on the moving reference frame. In simple terms, it's a force that you feel if you're moving along with a rotating object like the Earth. Coriolis effect is the observable phenomena that results from the Coriolis force. It's why weather patterns, once currents, and even long-range artillery shots don't go exactly where you expect them if Earth were standing still. Understanding the Coriolis force and Coriolis effect is a crucial and various fields such as meteorology, ocean, water, blah, blah, blah. From hurricanes to movements of aeroplanes and ocean currents. So even claiming aeroplanes are caused by this Coriolis force. The Coriolis force is a virtual force that acts on moving objects relative to a rotational body. For example, a plane flying north over the rotating Earth is subject to the Coriolis force. That is false once again. Is a plane rigidly rotating with the Earth, guys?
No.
Nathan, I don't know how we're going to get this through to them.
It's just beyond a joke.
This is just not hard to understand. There is... You see, the thing is, they're trying to attribute this fictitious force to the inertial reference frame. But there is no force with Coriolis effect. That's why there's a difference between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. It's an illusion, exactly, Nathan. The problem with the globe is they try and merge these things together. Rachie, I just had Neil deGrasse Tyson tell you this. Earth rotates separately to the ball. Okay? Literally just had him saying that. It would be nice if Rachie actually came on and spoke. It would be much easier. But anyway, let's go and show it's just an illusion. So tell me again, is illusions actual? But let's first go to tangential velocity, because this is what I was explaining earlier. Then we'll go to that why it's just an effect. Okay. What is tangential speed? There we go. There. How do you find the what is the tangential speed of circular motion? Okay. Firstly, speed is a scalar quantity that classifies how fast an object is moving. It is usually through how fast an object covers distance with respect to time. Now consider an object moving along a circular path. Its tangential speed is the linear component of its speed as it moves along a circular path. This is the radius of the rotating reference. The object, how far it is away from the center of rotation, determines its tangential velocity. Now, that tangential velocity is actually taking a circular path because it is on the rotating reference frames. If something's not on the rotating reference frame, it cannot have a rotational tangential speed, a tangential velocity. It doesn't exist because it goes straight. Illusions, exactly. It's illusion. Okay. Let's get where they actually tell you it's illusions. Coriolis effect. I want to go to certain
Picture
part.
a circle. Here's its center, here's point A, and here's point B. Point A is twice the distance from the center of the circle than point B.
That is tangential velocity.
Oh yeah, and it
Okay.
spins from its center. In 2 seconds, both points do one full revolution. But
Yeah, so that one moves faster than that one. Correct? So according to your globe, this would be the south or north pole, and that will be the equator. So that would be 1,000 miles an hour. It's at 800 miles an hour, 0 miles an hour.
to go all the way around, point A has to go this far, while point B only has to go this far.
Yeah.
And we all know if something travels a greater distance in a shorter
Now pay attention, Rachie. This is them trying to explain well, the Coriolis force affects the Coriolis effect.
amount of time, it must be going faster. So point A must be moving faster than point B. Okay, now swap out this flat circle for the Earth, and the same thing is true. All points
I might have to just change the speed of it because of the sound. You never know. Let's see.
closer to the center, say like someone in Greenland, will be spinning slower when compared to points spinning further away
Note that these people are on the surface, correct? Moving with it.
from it, say like people in Brazil, closer to the equator. So if we look at it all flattened out, we can picture something like this. Arrows at the equator travel faster than arrows at the 45-degree line.
So the equator, according... fictitious, exactly, TB. So according to this rotation of Earth, as you put it, the equator would have the fastest rotational velocity.
Yeah.
Note that this is on the ground, people.
Like we just observed. Now imagine you're a cloud that formed here on
Listen to this. Okay, this is going to make it normal speed again. Listen to these words already, please.
the equator. You'll have the same velocity as the Earth, but then a gust of wind sweeps you to the north where the Earth isn't spinning as fast. Due to inertia, your speed remains the same. You don't get any faster, but everything around you is literally traveling slower, so you
Everything around you is literally traveling slower. So the cloud is taking a straight path, not a curved path, not actually curving.
You, relative to the ground, move ahead of everything else. If you're a cloud that forms at the 45-degree line, you'll also have the same speed as everything around you. But if you drift down to the equator, you'll be moving slower than the ground underneath you.
So is that attached? Does that say this cloud is attached to the rotating reference?
No.
No. And that is why they're saying you have hurricanes, because the Earth and the sky are not velcroed together. Get it? Do you get it, guys? So this would be the same with an aeroplane. If the aeroplane is flying, the Earth would show a movement different than the aeroplane. So therefore you would have an apparent deflection. You won't have the plane actually taking a circular path. It's an illusion, an optical effect. I still don't know why we have to keep showing this to people. Okay. Now, one of my favorite ones to show this effect. Ooh. Let's go to... It's just an illusion. Okay.
Left your hands, and then what?
And then it just got sucked over to him.
In the air.
Yeah, I threw a perfect throw.
What did you see?
What do you see? Did it get... I'm going to put it slower. Because it's going to make it much better for you guys.
I curved right in it.
Right, so we're all agreeing here the ball curved in midair.
Yeah. Yes.
And you didn't cheat this at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay. And do you know why it did that?
Okay. Why did it do that?
It didn't.
It didn't actually curve. But listen to how he's going to explain this, guys. It's so simple.
No.
No idea. It's called the Coriolis effect.
Coriolis
And
effect.
it's very simple. It's objects in motion appearing to be. It's an optical illusion.
Appearing to be, and it's an optical illusion. Let's listen to that again.
Appearing to be. It's an optical illusion.
Ooh, wait, let's do that again. Just in case.
To be. It's an optical illusion.
Whoa. One more time, just for the anti-flat earthers.
Appearing to be. It's an optical illusion.
Appearing to be, it's an optical illusion. So not physically taking a curved path. Wow.
Appearing to be deflected off their intended course. So what's actually happening here is you are throwing this ball. You can only throw a ball in a straight line. Can I
Only throw a ball in a straight line, is it? Yeah, lovey. Throwing a ball in a straight line.
clear that up straight away?
Yes.
Even though it appears in your eyes to be bending. So you throw the ball straight. It's still going straight, but the table is moving below you.
The table is moving below you. Let's go. Listen to that again.
Moving below you.
Below
And
you.
all of a sudden, look who's in front of that.
There's no different speeds, Rachie. You are having different speeds on the rotational reference. The ball is staying exactly the same linear fashion. So guess what? This ball represents anything like an aeroplane, a drone, a helicopter, a ball, a hot air balloon, a paper aeroplane, a bullet, a trajectile, anything having an apparent deflection, which we do not observe in reality. So guess what? Earth doesn't rotate. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Straight moving ball, and it looks like it's bent off to the right because you're still looking at the guy you were intending to throw it to, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Coriolis effect.
Voila! Is this getting any... Is this actually getting to them? Are they starting to understand what's going on here?
Yeah, somebody must be getting it. Professor Phil, he's on about showing, where's Wally showing the last video about hurricanes and why he cut it off. They've got nothing up there, they just want to...
Nathan keeps... Yeah, but
Discord.
she's saying Nathan keeps coming with 15-degree-hour drift of objects, 1,000 miles per hour, objects moving apart. They say globe claims yet... Yes, I just literally had Neil deGrasse Tyson on saying this. So why are you lying, Rachie? Again. So you lied about trying to misrepresent me in the last stream. Now you are trying to lie and say that's not what the globe claims. You know what? Let's do this. Does the Earth rotate 15 degrees an hour? This is Google. Answer: the Earth rotates through 15 degrees each hour, so they rotate through 30 degrees, it would take 2 hours. We use the system of imaginary lines to tell us we were on the surface of Earth. The series of imaginary circles called lines of latitude tell us how far north or south of the equator we are. How many degrees does the Earth turn in an hour? The Earth rotates at 15 degrees each hour to rotate through 30. That's what we just read. Oh boy, so tell me again that's not the Earth's claim. Based on Coriolis. Let's see what the globe claims again. The Earth is an oblate cylinder because it's rotating at 15 degrees an hour. Because it's huge. We can't be said a basketball. Okay. The Earth rotates 15 degrees an hour. Rachie, what's going on? Let's look at Earth's rotation. Earth rotation or Earth spin is the rotation of Earth planet around its own axis, as well as change of orientation of the rotation axis in space. Earth rotates eastwards in propagate motion. As viewed from the North Pole star Polaris, Earth turns counterclockwise. Well, we had this citation up. Let's go back again. Let's read what this again says. I wanted to bring this up. I haven't brought up yet. The Coriolis effect describes the pattern of deflection taken by objects not firmly connected to the ground as they travel long distances around Earth. The Coriolis effect is responsible for many large-scale weather patterns. Should we carry on reading? The key to the Coriolis effect lies in Earth's rotation, Rachie. Specifically, Earth rotates faster at the equator, Rachie, than it does at the poles, Rachie. Earth is wide at the equator, so it makes a rotation in 24-hour period. Equatorial regions race nearly 1,600 kilometers. Guess what that means? 1,000 miles per hour, Rachie. Near the poles, Earth rotates at a sluggish 0.00008 kilometers or 0.0005 miles per hour. So there is more citation, Rachie, to show yes, that's what the globe claims. The only one projecting here, Rachie, is yourself. That's what the globe claims. So, let's see. Coriolis force. The invisible force that appears to deflect the wind in the Coriolis force. Now, remember when we said the Coriolis force is only on rotating reference frames? So they are claiming the wind is on the rotating reference frame. Can anybody show me rotating wind, please? On a moving reference frame. I can show you wind moves in all directions, and when you have weather systems, it's definitely not Coriolis effect. There's a difference between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. So, the Coriolis force applies to movement on rotating objects. It is determined by the mass of the object and the object's rate of rotation. The Coriolis force is perpendicular to the object's axis. The Earth's spin on its axis from east to west. The Coriolis force therefore acts in a north-south direction. The Coriolis force is 0 at the equator. Though the Coriolis force is useful in mathematical equations, there is actually no physical force involved. Instead, it's just the ground moving at different speed than an object in the air. Object in the air, not velcroed to the Earth. Welcome to Flat Earth, people. Not actual deflection. Oh, yeah. I want to do this one. This is good. This is good one. I like this one. So Rachie still doesn't believe. Is my phone still showing?
Let me show you how we do stuff around here. Actually.
Okay. I mean, Rachie, I usually give you the benefit of the doubt because I thought you were smarter than this. But I'm sorry to say, you're either being very, very dishonest here, being really anti-flat earth-like, or you are just, unfortunately, dumb. There's no other outcome that I can give this. Is there any way I can try explain this simpler terms? Do you have any advice, PJ?
To be honest, I think you've tried your best, and you've dumbed it down from plenty. Do you know what I mean? And it's still not getting it. So, what can you do? What can you do? Except keep trying to drill it into them.
I mean, I don't know how more simple I can make it.
I mean, come on, you get paint out. I mean, how much simpler is it? I mean, you get cranes out for them, so you can't get any simpler, can you?
Yeah, but I mean, let's look, you can see this background behind me.
Yeah.
I would be on a hot air balloon. I mean, on a high altitude balloon now. Am I moving with the Earth? No, it's moving separate to me.
Absolutely.
So everybody on that Earth would be seeing me take a curved path. I'm not actually taking a curved path. I'm just minding my own business, floating in my position, going in a linear fashion. I'm appearing to have a curved path to everybody on the ground. That would be Coriolis effect. So everybody would see me having apparent deviation on my high altitude balloon. We don't see this in reality, so therefore no rotational Earth. No Coriolis. Get it? No Coriolis observed. No rotation of Earth. Let's see if we can quickly show this. Okay. This is the next one. Pay attention now, guys.
Coriolis effect. An object in motion appears to be deflected from its course, as if a force is pulling it sideways. To demonstrate this point, let's imagine a game of catch being played.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, I'm going to make it a bit slower again. Playback speed.
By two people on a merry-go-round that spins like the Earth, but is flat.
Flat. Yeah, it's definitely flat, mate.
Without rotation, the ball appears to follow a straight path from thrower to catcher.
The soothstay dot we are dancers in vibration. This is the moment when everybody realizes not everyone has the same high IQ can understand the simplicity of what's being explained. The thing is, you don't need a high IQ to understand this. My daughter is 8 years old and she can come verbatim and explain this to you because it's understood. If moving, ball not actually moving curved. If moving, you would see this. Do we see it? No. So not moving. How do we explain this to little children? Please stand here, throw ball to me. Did I catch the ball? Yes. Did it go in a straight path? Yes. Now, let's climb on a merry-go-round and try the same thing. Throw the ball. Did I catch the ball? No. Did it look like the ball went straight? No. So, Coriolis effect. Do we observe this on Earth? No, we don't. So what does that tell you, kids? Earth not moving. Was that simple enough?
Imagine the ball is tossed from the center to someone at the edge. With rotation.
No, Wally, it's not a straw man. If you're claiming conservation of momentum for aeroplanes, and then we say Velcroed Atmo, then it's not a straw man. That is literally verbatim telling back to your idiotic claim and showing you are really stupid because you don't understand what Coriolis effect is. Coriolis effect has no conservation of momentum. As soon as you claim conservation of momentum, you are claiming Velcroed Earth. So you are taking the second reference frame and making it into one, which means no Coriolis effect.
The ball still travels in a straight line in space, but because the catcher is moving, the ball misses. From the vantage point of the catcher, the ball appears to curve away.
So from the advantage point of the catcher, the ball appears to be drifting away. Note on screen as it's showing a deflected observed path, while the actual path is a straight linear path. This is what we would observe in reality. Do we observe this once again? No.
Direction of apparent motion is to the right. When
Hey Jeff, good to see you, mate. Yeah, guys, please hit the likes, share the show. Really, let's get this information out there to everybody so they can see how idiotic this globe claim is.
See, Vicky's been kept busy tonight.
I can see that. It's really crazy. Okay, 71 votes already, guys. Rachie does not get the difference between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. Yes, 38%. No, 35%. I don't know, 27%. Nathan, do you want to maybe come in and talk about this for a few minutes? Let me know. I can even give you a Skype call. I'm sure PJ also doesn't mind going in Skype because it's just us tonight in Element. So, yeah, it'd be great to talk to you, man. And yeah, Rachie, you can also come in and talk if you really want to. More than happy to actually converse with you properly. It might be much easier than reading your comments this way and seeing you really don't understand what's going on. But yeah, why is Rachie misrepresenting people and lying about them? I mean, that's just what anti-flat earthers do, don't they?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
following the path of the ball. Now the ball is thrown the other way. Because the thrower is moving, the ball
Glenn says, is that a flat merry-go-round? Yes, it's a merry-go-round that's flat. That's how it works.
ball has a velocity component to the right. The motion of the ball
you won't like it, Flatzoid. No, Nathan, I will like it. Because when you come in, you're going to be very angry with Rachie. Hey, JC23.
appears deflected to the right, and the ball misses the catcher again. Let's look at a throw across the merry-go-round. Both people move with the merry-go-round. The ball is thrown.
No science it out. There's no double standards. It's simple. You either observe it or you don't. You don't observe it. Skype. Hey Nathan, what's up?
How's it going? You got this all sorted then? You got all audio cables working?
Everything. Everything's
wow.
working, yeah.
Wish. Better than me. Awesome. Good to be here. Thanks for inviting me on.
No, it's good to have you. Do you want to maybe clarify things? Maybe you can explain it a bit easier for them because I'm trying my best.
Now I'm going to give the audience what they want. You've got something wrong.
Please go.
Okay, right. Coriolis force, Coriolis deflection, Coriolis effect. They're all the same thing. So Coriolis force is an apparent force.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Fictitious.
Well, it means fictitious, apparent, same thing. It means you see it. That is to say, when you're on a roundabout turning and you look at a ball tossed over the top, you see the ball curving. It's apparent. Yeah, that apparent force is Coriolis force. What you're describing is like globiolus or something, or conservation of linear momentum when described angularly, however you'd phrase that. But that ain't Coriolis. So when you're saying, well, there's a difference between Coriolis force and Coriolis drift, or Coriolis deviation and Coriolis effect, or no, there isn't. They're all exactly the same thing. Anything with the word Coriolis is all the same thing. Force, drift, effect, they're all the same.
But okay, I understand what you're saying, but my point is Coriolis force is only attributed to the rotating reference frame. So you can't have Coriolis. You can't have Coriolis force in the inertial reference frame because there's no tangential velocity or conservation of momentum in the inertial. So only in the non-inertial is the Coriolis force present.
Well, the force is the description you would attribute
centrifugal,
to the ball being curved. So the Coriolis force curves the ball. So the force induces the curve that you see as you rotate underneath. But inducing a drift in a ball that isn't actually drifting at all. So when you say there's a Coriolis force making the ball curve, yeah, there is. Because you're seeing it, it's apparent, it's curving.
Yeah, because you are forced. Yeah, because you forced around it. You having the tangential velocity. I know that, but what I'm trying and explain to them. Maybe I came out wrong. Was you can only attribute this force to the rotational frame. You can't attribute it to the inertial reference frame because there is no tangential velocity in the inertial reference frame.
But the second part's right. You can't
but you understand? Yeah.
To the inertial reference frame.
That's how I was trying to explain it.
But you're messing it up slightly because you're trying to assert a force that is already being described from a frame of reference that's non-inertial. So when you say, I can ascribe the force to the non-inertial reference frame, no. The reason it's a non-inertial reference frame is because the description of the force is the force experienced in the curve of the ball. But the only way you can describe that as something apparent, i.e. the ball curving, we all know it isn't actually curving, but the description is of it curving. So to describe that curving ball when it isn't really curving, you have to be non-inertial. You and the roundabout are considered not moving for you to see the force in the ball curving. Well, the ball isn't curving, you're rotating underneath. But the way the description works is that your frame of reference is described non-inertial. Now, we know that the non-inertial rotating frame of reference is what gives you this induced force of the ball curving when it isn't really curving. But you're saying, well, the force is only ascribable to a non-inertial reference frame? Non-inertial? What do you mean? What force? The whole point of the description of the effect is that you're describing it as though you and the feet that you look down at when you're on the roundabout, you look at your feet and look at the boards of the roundabout and go, we're not moving, I'm not stepping left or right, I'm stationary. On the roundabout you're stationary, but the roundabout itself is moving. Hence the description is non-inertial for you to describe the movement curve of the ball. So you have to be non-inertial.
I can't see that my wording was wrong. Definitely.
That's it. Other than that, for the people in chat, every word, that is hypercritical. I am taking the time to do this with Flatzoid because 99.9% of everything he said was 100% correct. But this little tiny detail was all that you got wrong. And it's easy to get wrong because of the convolution of a moving, turning platform being described as a non-inertial frame of reference. That's confusing.
Yeah, because you see, on my mind, I was trying to explain it to you due to because how they're claiming hurricanes. So that's how I was getting convoluted with it, trying to show them, it's not an actual deflection, so you can't claim the hurricanes are caused by this. Because it's non-bonded.
However, the not actual deflection, as you rightly phrase, is apparent. And the fact that it is apparent means you can describe that as a Coriolis force that's curving the ball. You go, well, the ball ain't curving. Yeah, it's a fictitious force.
Yeah, and that's why we get people then claiming, hurricanes move in straight lines.
yeah. When you get down to describe a hurricane in the context of Coriolis, you're observing something that seems to curve as you turn underneath. But the thing that's seeming to curve is actually moving straight, and it was Kosho. Kosho then realizing that Coriolis requires you to turn underneath something that isn't really curving, it just looks that way. Suddenly hurricanes aren't rotating anymore because he's on a globe earth turning with Coriolis as the example, appreciating that you've got to turn underneath something moving straight. Hurricanes ain't moving straight, we just don't have globe earth Coriolis.
And it's truth overcomes from what is a non-inertial reference frame. The non-inertial reference frame is just simply the reference frame that's not being observed. The inertial reference frame is what you're observing.
Non-inertial is the one you're on. If you're on a roundabout, you're on the roundabout. The reason it's non-inertial is because, as far as you are concerned, you're not moving on the roundabout. You're non-inertial as one with the roundabout. You're not moving, and the thing you're standing on is considered non-inertial. Now, that non-inertial rotating frame of reference will induce a not actual force of a ball curving when it travels straight. I'm done.
Awesome. Yeah, but thanks. That's why I liked you coming on, so you can explain it in a more of a concise manner.
I hate this subject.
I love
Bye.
Spoken about a lot, though.
it. Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate it. Oh, wow.
He might not like that subject, but he has to talk about it a lot, though, doesn't he?
But yeah, thanks, Nathan, for coming on. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, that was very simple. So yeah, I concede, yeah, my wording there was a bit wrong. But like I said, I was trying to explain it on reference to looking at it as a hurricane kind of argument. But yeah, I will try and work on that part of the argument and make it more concise. So I concede there. Thank you very much, Nathan, for correcting me. You see, now that's what's supposed to happen when it comes to Rachie now. She's supposed to say, yeah, I'm sorry, we don't observe rotation, so therefore I have no argument.
Yeah.
Wow. Just like Wolfie 6020 says, yeah, we account for Coriolis in the plane. How do you observe Coriolis in a moving plane? The plane's in the inertial reference frame, according to the rotation. So you
would have to have another moving reference frame, wouldn't you, for to be some kind of Coriolis for a moving reference frame as well.
Yeah.
In another direction.
Yeah, but think about it. If you on the plane, how do you account for Coriolis? So something he does in the plane that makes the people on the moving Earth not observe Coriolis effect. make his plane not apparently deviating. Did he put some kind of gravity thrusters on or something? I don't know. It's crazy.
Wow.
Again, guys, thanks for coming. Please hit the like, share the show. It really, really does help to get the show out to a wide audience. Wow. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm enjoying this show. Something a bit different.
Oh, what a name.
Science it out. The plane is in an inertial reference frame. No, the plane is in an inertial reference. Still no such thing as it being in a reference frame. Oh, really? So if I'm on a moving merry-go-round and I observe a ball taking apparent deflection, I am not in a reference frame observing something in a different reference frame. Are you okay? Or how about if I'm on a merry-go-round and there's a tree on the ground and I am rotating and seeing this tree come closer to me and away from me, closer to me and away from me. Is that tree actually coming closer to me? No, it's a different reference frame. You know what reference means? Wow. This is the same with Simon and Dan. You and your reference frames have been ruined.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
Sci-fi Daniel.
Yeah.
Is he still putting out video? I haven't heard much from him lately, but maybe he is. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really watch him so
Maybe
much.
maybe he hasn't got much to say. That'll be the day.
I have to agree with you, Jeff. Seeing on what I'm seeing tonight from Rachie and how she's trying to misrepresent me on the video, and now Nathan as well. Sad to say, Rachie has fallen into the anti-flat earth cult, guys. She's taken the path of full-blown baltard.
She took that blue tablet again.
Unfortunately, that's the thing. I mean, like I said last night, I'm going to be tougher on her because she was in the argument of being a flat earther, and she should know these things by now. But to me, I'm seeing she's deliberately trying to be dishonest. She's deliberately obtuse to what's happening. She's literally ignoring everything that's being presented to her. It's not just simply I don't understand. It's literally nuh-uh. That's all. Nuh-uh. Hey, I can't pronounce your proper name live, but good to see you, CB. Pleased to meet you too. Hey, Terry, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it.
You could say clock-bocked. Clock-bocked.
Oh, yeah. So then this would bring another point. Like when me and Nathan were talking now about the hurricanes. The hurricane, according to Coriolis effect, would be appearing to have a curved path. It's not taking a curved path. Okay? It has it's actually spinning. So therefore, it's not Coriolis. It's actually spinning. It's not an apparent spin. Hey Soul, thank you for coming. And Daz Studio, if I haven't said hello, good to see you too. Yeah, inertial equals moving reference. Non-inertial means... No, the inertial is the moving reference frame. So
yeah, non-inertial.
You are moving on the inertial, non-inertial moving reference frame. The inertial is the apparent reference frame you're looking at. So let's say I take like Neil deGrasse Tyson, as we're saying. He kicks the field goal. He kicks that ball. That ball is in the inertial reference frame. It's taking a linear path, but having an apparent deflection due to you on the non-inertial reference frame rotating underneath that ball. It's quite confusing here because if you think about it, when you first get into it, you think, no, that doesn't make sense. You being on the inertial, because you think you're inertial, but that's not. It's opposite way. It's,
inertial means to move, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Non-inertial, not moving.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it does seem weird because it's backwards then, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, Corey. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you, mate. Professor Fulbell, again, I don't need a citation to say that hurricanes aren't caused by the globe, okay? By Coriolis. That is your rhetoric spewed. Just like I can find thousands of citations saying gravity is a force, even though the known current science is it's not a force. Very simple.
When you wouldn't even provide credentials.
Yeah, but it's very simple. Based on what Coriolis effect is and Coriolis force, it's not an actual deflection. It's only an apparent. It's an optical illusion. Hurricanes actually spin. They don't only apparently spin. So therefore, a hurricane, by definition, is not caused by Earth's rotation. It's not Coriolis effect. And again, gases are unbonded. You can take a ball or something underneath as much as you want, or a merry-go-round and spin it as fast as you want. That air on there is not going to start causing hurricanes as you want it to cause, because gas is unbonded. What? See, now she's making shit up again. PJ? Lol, you just agreed with PJ after saying the complete opposite. What the hell is she talking about?
No, I just said that inertial means to move and non-inertial is not to move.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I said.
Exactly.
I'm only talking about the definitions of inertial and non-inertial. I wasn't on about the actual
and she doesn't get it. Yeah. The ball, in this case, is in the inertial reference frame, which is moving. The ball's moving in a linear fashion. You are obviously on the rotating reference. Okay? The observed air reference frame is the moving ball, Rachie. So we didn't disagree or double speak. We saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? Okay, that just tells me she's dumb. I don't know. Can we say that? Or because this to me doesn't look like she's being dishonest now. It just looks like she just literally doesn't get it. So Ryan, what's up, man?
I'm doing good. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
We don't have Thanksgiving yet, but happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Yeah, we don't do Thanksgiving, dude.
Well, happy Murder a Turkey Day. Or what?
Gobble, 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 gobble.
Oh, is that like this dog's not here because it's how it's.
No, it goes like this.
But did you have a good Thanksgiving though?
Yeah, family came and visited and everything. It's pretty nice.
Nice.
My cousin's still here, but you know.
I would have been interested to see what Disclord. But he doesn't do Thanksgiving. What do the vegans do for Thanksgiving? Go protest on the side of the road. How dare you murder the turkeys?
Maybe they sit in the road. They sit in the road to protect the turkey. All I know is turkeys are mean, and if you ever fought one, you'd realize that they're not something that.
Have you seen the teeth on those things?
Yeah, challenge, you mean? The teeth on them, yeah.
Is the non-inertial frame undergoing acceleration? If I kick a ball, is it accelerating? That's a yes. Not a hard thing to understand.
Yeah, it will definitely accelerate because your foot pushes it.
Yeah, but she still doesn't get a plane flying not attached to the Earth's surface would show a apparent deflection. In other words, it will fly backwards or sideways due to us rotating underneath the plane. We do not observe this, therefore Earth is not rotating. I love this argument because it just flies in the face of every argument the globers make for Earth's rotation. There is no observed phenomena that shows Earth rotating. I'm sick of turkey. Moomin Rider. Inertia is resistance to motion. Newton's laws of motions are very important, guys.
What are they very important to?
Because it's physics, and then we get people like Tapioca Weasel that says it's not actually physics. How can a merry-go-round not be part of physics? I thought last time I checked, movements due to force is actually physics. Is there anything else we can go and watch? Oh wait, there was something more I wanted to show because they love putting conservation momentum. And I saw something, I think it was this one. Yeah, it's this one. I want to show you guys something. Now obviously I've done a video on this floated physics before. Okay. I want you guys to look what's happening when he let's go back a bit, touch more. Okay. He's going to throw the ball straight up, guys. And this is going to show when you conserve momentum, it's not indefinite. Doesn't conserve it indefinitely because they have the presupposition that if you conserve momentum, it always conserves momentum. Ooh, what's not 10? Okay, yeah. It always conserves momentum indefinitely, which is false. It loses energy, therefore it can't conserve it indefinitely. And this shows it straight out. As the guy's going to throw the ball up, you're going to see he's throw it straight up above his head, okay? See, it's going up above his head, guys. It's conserved momentum now, correct?
Yeah.
Look when he's going to catch the ball. Is he catching it above his head or to the left of him? Is the ball still above his head or is it to the left of him?
Still there.
Huh. So he conserved momentum, but it lost energy, so therefore not indefinitely. Because why? There's a force acting on it. Yeah, there's friction in the air. And it's losing energy as it is transferring it to the surrounding system. Heck yeah, thermodynamics, people. Now, let's take a plane, for instance. When a plane flies, does it apply a force to fly the plane? That would be a yes. A plane uses a force to fly. So it does not conserve momentum indefinitely. As soon as that plane takes off, it counteracts the conservation of momentum. Remember, the gas is not bonded. He is throwing it completely straight, Salt. Yeah, let's go back and look at this again. Look at this. Gonna play it up again. He's throwing it up straight. Look, straight above his head. There we go. Now it's going... What? To the left of him. So he's catching it to the left of him. So no longer above his head. So yeah, just wanted to show that. Well, I think I'm going to end the show here because I'm going to put the generator off. Can save some petrol for tomorrow night show.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 minute.
Yeah, because the power's
That was
off.
quick.
The power's going to be off now till 1 o'clock this morning. How nice. And then it's going to come on for 2 hours. Wow, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And then it's off again for another 4 hours.
Mm.
So we power on 2 hours, off 4 hours. On 2 hours, off 4 hours. Very nice.
Gotta love that dependable power company.
Don't you just love it? So, yeah, thanks guys. Do you have any closing statements?
No, I was just because of the big thing we non-inertial and inertial. Am I thinking wrongly by thinking inertial is moving and non-inertial is not moving? Am I wrong?
Say again. Inertial is moving anyway, but
Yeah, that's what I thought.
the problem is
Inertial
it depends how you look at it. Because
Because
the object,
non-inertial
the
means-
object, yeah, but the object
Probably
in the
three
inertial,
more.
look at it this way, the object in the inertial reference frame
Yeah.
is moving. It's taking a straight path, just like they throw the ball. So it's a moving
Right. Or it's rotating
object.
or
So it
moving.
is
Yeah.
an inertial frame.
Yeah.
The non-inertial is because you are referencing it from the rotating reference. So to your reference, you're not moving.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's why it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
non-inertial. You are moving because it's a rotational frame, but because of your rotation, because of your reference, it's showing you not moving. You're
Yeah,
seeing the ball take that apparent deflection.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Just going to quickly say, Rachie does not get the difference, 79 votes between Coriolis effect and Coriolis force. Yes, 41%. No, 34%. I don't know, 25%. Ooh.
I just said I don't move.
See, non-inertial means undergoing acceleration. Yeah. So we are on a rotational reference frame, as you put it for globe. So therefore, we will keep on showing the ball deflect in the sky, aeroplanes deflect in the sky, hot air balloons deflect in the sky, birds deflect in the sky, yet we do not observe this, so therefore Earth does not rotate. There we go. So yeah guys, thanks all for coming, really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for hitting the likes. If you haven't already, please do. Share the show if you haven't already. It really, really does help. And I appreciate all the support you guys give. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night for another awesome show. Till next time, may the pressure be with you. Blessings.
The first day.
Love you all.
The first day.
Is the Earth flat or round?